The old house stood on a hill overlooking the town. It had been empty for years, and people said it was haunted. One day, a group of teenagers decided to explore the house. They had heard the stories, but they didn't believe them. They thought it would be fun to spend a night in the house and see if anything happened. They arrived at the house late at night. It was a dark and stormy night, and the wind was howling. The teenagers made their way inside, and they soon found themselves in a large, dark living room. There were cobwebs everywhere, and the air was thick with dust. The teenagers started to explore the house. They found a library, a dining room, and a master bedroom. All of the furniture was coated in dust, and the rooms were filled with shadows. The teenagers were starting to get scared. They wanted to leave, but they were afraid to go outside in the storm. They decided to stay in the house for the rest of the night and leave in the morning. They took residence in the living room and sprawled out on the carpet, chatting to each other to pass the time. Their chatting turned to whispers, and then finally they were silent. Footsteps echoed throughout the house. The teenagers held their breaths. Doors creaked open and closed. They saw shadows moving in the darkness. The teenagers were terrified. They huddled together in the living room, too afraid to move. Something was wrong. They were meant to be alone. The sun had only just started to lazily rise over the town when the teenagers bolted out of the front door. They ran to their own houses and didn't look back once. Over the ensuing days, they tried to tell everyone what they had heard during their stay. People politely snickered, and the teenagers' horror fell on deaf ears. Some people thought that they were simply young and impressionable. Maybe they thought they heard what they did. Others believed that the teenagers were making up the story for attention, trying to stir up chaos amongst the townspeople. But the teenagers knew what they had heard. They knew that the old house was not empty, no matter if nobody believed them. The house still stands on the hill, and it remains empty. But whoever the teenagers heard that night remains hiding in its shadows. And what they are waiting for, well, hopefully no one will ever find out.